Hello and welcome to Lost in Translation, where we look at issues through the gender spectrum, I suppose, sphere. Tonight I am joined by Kurt and Simona, so welcome to the show.
Hey Nate.
Hi Nate.
So I thought that let's kick it off by having a bit of a chat about dating and dating sort of as a trans person. So let's start with you, Kurt. What's your experience?
So I'm an FTM guy, female to male, and I have a partner, and I've been with her since the start of my transition. So we actually started off in a lesbian relationship, and we're still together, and she's very supportive. So we're monogamous, so I haven't actually had to deal with dating as a trans man, but it does. I'm very curious about it.
So what are you curious about?
Just how to go about it, and you know, what to look for. How do you know if someone's going to be open to being with a trans person, or if they're going to want someone masculine or feminine? Because it sort of brings in a whole lot of different labels rather than just lesbian or gay or straight. There's sort of you know, all different sexualities out there, so it's really interesting. Yeah.
What's your sort of experience been?
It was pretty funny. I sort of came out of the blocks thinking, I don't know, I kind of like ended up asking, I guess, all of these sort of, you know, cis heterosexual girls on dates, because, you know, I guess I'd kind of been into them for years, you know, because I was like married for 13 years. So I was like, oh, well, you know, might see if so-and-so, you know, wants to hook up, or so-and-so wants to hook up, and just absolute fail all the way through. Just so it's like, oh, you know, nah, look, I'm straight, and I'm like, oh, right, yeah, cool. So, and I think like the biggest challenge was like seeing myself as, you know, as like making that sort of a psychological journey from, you know, to a lesbian, because my sexual preference never changed. So. Yeah, and it just ended up sort of going to the nightclub, and it was all about pashes and crushes, and, you know, it was pretty good. But yeah, it really kind of, you know, struggled to sort of sort anyone out under 30 for a while there, which was pretty good. So transitioning is great because it puts another 10 years on your life. So,
it does,
you know,
yeah.
on your skin. So, yeah, but apps, like Tinder and stuff, like just total waste of time.
Yeah,
just, I don't translate so well online, but, you know, as a person to talk to, I'm, you know, just, you know, instantly rootable. So, yeah.
Well, no, I with Tinder is that I can agree with that I found that of all the dating apps, that one was the most difficult because it's based on sort of your Facebook sexuality. So I think, so I was seeing a lot of gay guys and straight women like on my thing, that just, and then I would be like, I'm a trans guy, and I was just getting, no, sorry, no.
Yeah, and but also like just, I mean, I found it quite interesting to start off with because I was like, oh, I have to make a profile of myself, and I have to therefore kind of construct this online identity of myself as a woman, you know, and. But of course, like you're taking photos of yourself at different stages of transition. You're like, oh, I don't pass so well. Oh, I don't pass so well, and oh, you just go on this big selfie.
But sometimes it's all
you know.
just gender dysphoria, though, and you are passing, but it's all in your head. You know, that feeling, and it's sort of it's hard, I suppose, with being a lesbian and a trans woman. Lesbians sort of have this stereotypical. Sort of girl thing going on, and they like to eat pussy, and it's sort of, that's like their thing, you know what I mean? And I think that sometimes they have a hard time welcoming in a trans lady because it's not sort of about that sort of typical lesbian stereotype.
Well, well, yeah, I guess at a party once I was like sort of sitting back and going, oh, is the reason why no one's approaching me, is it because like I don't have a vagina, and, you know, and or is it because I'm in this andro phase, or, you know, what is it? And one night, you know, just we're all on pingers and we all have pashes. So, you know,
Nice, yeah. I think a lot of the time, like
break the ice.
Yeah, break the ice. Nice. It's hard to know. You know, as a trans person, you're in different stages of transition, and some people are really different. Some people are really masculine. Some people are really feminine, and sometimes people don't know what they're going to get, especially if they're meeting you online. They don't know where you're at in your transition and how comfortable you are with certain things. So it's a lot about communication, I find, and just being honest up front. If you're looking to have a sexual relationship with this person, just be open and honest, I reckon.
Yeah, that kind of works. So you've, I suppose, because you've been sort of dating and throughout, so you were a lesbian and now you're a straight guy?
Yeah.
Like, so what's that like? Because your relationship, has it changed or is it?
Yeah, heaps, actually. I just start with, we used to have sex like lesbians, but now we have sex like a straight couple, because that's sort of what I prefer. And yeah, a lot. Just the dynamic has changed, because I quite like to put all the feminine stuff on my partner, and I like the contrast with me identifying as masculine. So I'm very traditional, and I quite like masculine and feminine together. But that's just my journey and my experience.
Okay. What's your, with masculinity, femininity, that sort of interwoven within sexuality and all that sort of stuff?
I guess it's, I don't know. I guess it's pretty feminine. You know, it's sort of from my experience, it's quite feminine, I guess. Yeah. Having said that, like I've found it's like exploration and discovery of my own sexuality and what I'm into sexually just exceedingly difficult. Yeah. Like honestly, it's probably been really quite hard, because it's just a whole way of rethinking how your body works and your energy and this whole idea of kind of, I think I've only just discovered perhaps last night that perhaps it's not about thrusting and it's not about and it's more about relax, style, just let it wash over you, you know. So between that and you know, the medication, it makes you pretty drowsy, you know, and also if you just so happen to be on antidepressants as well, it's kind of turning your libido down quite considerably. So, but I have to say, like, I felt incredibly free when I, you know, didn't have such a strong male libido.
Well, interesting discussion. Thank you very much for having a chat about that. You've been watching Lost in Translation.